Okay, so I'm just out at the moment testing a couple of mics with wind filter options on. So I've just done some stuff on the Pocket, and so now I'm onto my Gopro. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give a quick example here of the internal microphones. The only thing is the wind's dropped down. What it is, it keeps like dropping down and then getting quite strong, and it's more than a mild breeze, which is why I need to test it today. Okay, it's starting to pick back up again. Okay, so hopefully that wind that we're getting just there is definitely going to be something that will tax the internal mics. I don't know if it's going to try and deal with it itself. Okay, so so I'll give us a good example. Let's see what it's doing with that voice. And then what I'm going to do first of all is switch over to the Nano mic. Okay, so I've switched over to my 172 Nano, which otherwise is a really good microphone without the wind. When it's mild breezes, yeah, it's dropped again now, so that might be okay. Now it's coming back up again, I think. Yeah, when it's mild breezes, the dead cat being on it tends to be all it really needs. But this is the kind of breeze here now that you're likely to get, like, you know, when you go down to a beach or something. It is picking up to get really gusty. So what I'm going to do shortly, I'm just going to wait for a very strong gust actually, because where I am here, I'm in between the flats and it creates a wind tunnel. It's like this when it's not windy, basically. Yeah, so basically right now I'm just trying to wait for a big gust, although saying that, what's been going so far is more than what normally would happen. But after this take, I'm going to flip over onto that, and the thing is, I'd not realised how light it is, so that whole setup is amazingly light. Anyway, there's a bit of breeze now, so I'm just going to stop talking and then see what it's like on its own without me talking. I'll just dip in and out around it. Okay, so I've flipped over now onto the wind mic, as I'm calling it. It's picked right up now. Oh, that's stronger than what it was before. I think this might be wiping it out. I'm going to turn in and out around it, but basically it is all sealed in at the back. Now the way that I've got this, it just so happens that that's much stronger. I don't know, this might be very unfair now. It's just dropped down a little bit. The way that this is actually set up now though, the capsule literally sits almost into the center of the dead cat, so it's got as much protection as it can with the foam inside the dead cat, then obviously all the fair elements and such. Yeah, I think this take is particularly unfair, to be honest, because the wind did just pick up really badly. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do a little less chatting, let it pick up on its own for a bit. I won't have to turn around, I'll just shut up here because this is very strong. Or that's it, I'll turn around. Then what I'll do, after I've done this silence bit, I'll go and find somewhere less windy to give it a bit more of a chance with this mic. That's just way too much, that you'd be taxing a blimp system with that. Anyway, it'll give me an idea, but I think this take's been really unfair. I'll go and find somewhere else a bit less windier, just so we can get an idea of how it sounds without too much wind. Okay, so just a quick take where it's just mild breeze. The thing is, where I was standing just then, it is in between the flats, so basically what it does, it creates a bit of a wind tunnel effect, and it does get very, very, well, that just then was insane. So where I'm standing right now, it's a lot less. It'll only breeze and gust like mildly. So basically what this take will allow me to judge is what's the tone of the mic like. I tested it indoors and it seemed great, to be honest, considering, you know, it's got all this stuff around it. The tone didn't sound bad. So the idea is to see if this could be an option, just full stop, to be a mic to go out with. And if it's good enough tonally as well, to not be, so I can use it without it being crazy wind. Because regardless of like wherever you go and such, when you go out, you generally do tend to come across slight breezes. and you can't really use any Omnis whatsoever without some form of protection on them. Anyway, yeah, so this will give me a really good idea as to the sound of this particular microphone setup with the 172 in, because the 172s do change the sound depending upon what they're in, what bodies. And what I've done, I did about 2 hours worth of testing before I settled on this, because what I've done, I've trimmed the body back, I've scooped out some of the little bits that are on the sides, and I've trimmed the top or the end of the body off. So basically the capsule is not protected by anything, because as soon as I put the plastic caps back on the end of the bodies, the tone changed, and it just sounded better the more exposed the capsule was. So basically I've kind of like constructed the body now so it exposes the capsule as much as possible right at the front and a lot from behind as well. Okay, that's picking back up. Oh, that's getting ridiculous again now. Okay, well, this will give me a good idea of what's going on, and hopefully this microphone is going to be useful. Maybe not with wind this stupid though.